Jean LeBell has passed away at the age of 89. Jean LeBell is a legend for countless reasons. He has coached Roddy Piper and Ronda Rousey. He was coached by Ed Strangler Lewis, Lou Thesz, and Carl Gotch. He, along with his brother, runs the Los Angeles NWA territory. He played his first televised MMA fight in 1963 and later refereed one of the most famous MMA fights of all time between Muhammad Ali and Antonio Inki. But one of the most memorable, instantly recognizable things about him is the pink GI that is his trademark and paid homage to Rousey himself. The true story is that I was in Japan at a tournament. Now everyone wears a patch, but back then nobody tattooed, nobody patched. It was just pure white. So I used GI to work. And what happened? They washed my GI with something red and it was pink. So there are a few hundred people with clean, white gis that get noticed. And there I was, with a pink GI, and then everyone was ho-oh-oh. And so I think it's a shot. Then they said the next day in the Mainichi newspaper that the daikon won. And a daikon is like a radish, and I say they are talking about my red hair. No. What are they talking about? So I was teased by a lot of people, and instead of going back to the white GI, I kept the pink GI so I could release it when I grabbed my throat. Although LeBell has extensive knowledge of boxing and wrestling, to much of the combat sports world he is best remembered for his achievements in judo, and with good reason. It is not only the discipline he has trained Olympic athlete Ronda Rousey and judo champion Mother Ann Maria DeMars with, but also the discipline that has earned him the nickname Judo Gene. I joined judo at a very young age, along with the Japanese after World War II. They played really well, and that's what I like. I won the national championship a few times, then turned pro. Interestingly, the local judo group kicked me out because I was doing stunts in the movie. I'm embarrassed with Kodokan Judo. Kodokan Judo is great, but movies make money. When I practice judo, I win all my matches. When doing movies, doing stunts, I lose all the time. Now you look at the 10 pieces there, gilded, that's victory. You look at my bank book, that's the lost word. What do you want to own? A bunch of trophies or enough money to hang out and buy a cash car? For fans of LeBell's enormous contributions to MMA and professional wrestling, it can be a bit disconcerting to hear him talk about those areas in seemingly disparaging terms. But more than anything, it's a matter of realism. That's why he repeats, that doesn't mean anything and they don't mean anything to anyone. Anyone but me, repeated as we toured his home and collections. Proud of his numerous achievements in combat sports, LeBell admits that it was his stunt work, appearing in more than 1,000 TV shows, movies and commercials, that helped him earn a living. And in doing so, LeBell worked alongside countless pop culture icons, including Chuck Norris, Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, Adam West, and on the set of Green Hornet, a young actor who would become a star iconic martial arts stars. Bruce Lee, he worked with me for a long time, and I showed him how to wrestle. He showed me how to dance and do those things for the movies. That was 35, 40 years ago. I am eager to discuss the overlap between fighting as entertainment and fighting as a competition, for that murky gray area is where LeBell has spent most of his career, because so I mentioned that Lee is often considered the forerunner of mixed martial arts. In hindsight, I should have chosen my words better. Precursor? This is the time I feel like the bitch slaps you. I entered my first televised MMA match. LeBell was right to unleash his rage. After being lured and swapped by boxer Jim Beck, LeBell found herself fighting boxer and amateur wrestler Milo Savage in Salt Lake City in 1963. This was 13 years before LeBell fought Ali vs. Inki, and 3 decades before the UFC's first event bout. LeBell eventually won the match, causing chairs, bottles and more to be thrown into the ring as part of a riot that was narrowly avoided, but like many early MMA fights, the fight is set up with rules that do not treat each discipline equally.